my 410 project was nuclear technology and medicine, and this is the presentation. So, the history of nuclear technology and medicine. Nuclear medicine is the medical specialty that uses radioactive tracers called radiopharmaceuticals to assess bodily functions and diagnose and treat disease. The technology are the machines that are used to trace and locate these tracers used within nuclear medicine. Ernest Orlando Lawrence was the first man to make a cyclotron. A cyclotron is a particle accelerator that is cyclical. It speeds up hydride atoms so fast that when they hit the target element, the element that the designated to hit, they knock out the neutrons of that element, thus creating a new element that can be used within treatments and used for research. The reason I have Wilhelm Conrad Roentgen, sorry if I butchered his name, is because he was the first man well, he's going to be the man who found out about the X-ray. And there's a bit of misconception. Radiology and nuclear medicine aren't really the same. They're really close to each other. They both use radioactive things within the medical practice, but radiology is more external, whereas nuclear medicine is more internal. Nuclear medicine really got its beginning in 1946 when radioactive iodine was used to treat thyroid cancer. Then in 1971, the American Medical Association officially recognized nuclear medicine. Then, shortly after, in the 1980s, they also began to recognize radiopharmaceuticals, which are those radioisotopes used within nuclear medicine. So, the prominent technologies in nuclear medicine are the PET scan, the SPECT scan, and the PET/MRI scan. PET stands for positron emission tomography. And the way it works is you get these radiopharmaceuticals called radio tracers, also called radio tracers, injected into your body, and then the PET machine, the scanners, then use radiation to produce a 3D color image of the inside of your body. And rather than just producing an image, a PET scan can actually also show you how well that organ can show how well it's working. The SPECT is much like the PET, except it's more focused on the blood flows through the artery and veins of the brain. Um, One of the things that SPECT is used for is to document um, and get images of parts of the brain that have been injured because there's reduced blood flow to those injured sites. And then an MRI machine, most of us has had an MRI probably once or twice in our life. It's called the actual term is the magnetic resonance imaging machine. And the technique it uses is pretty much a very powerful magnet will align the hydrogen nuclei atoms within your body in a magnetic field. Um, and then as that magnetic field dissipates, uh, the precession, which is when those protons gradually return to their normal spin, when the precession occurs, the process produces a radio signal that can be measured by the receivers of the MRI scanner and then made into an image. So, as far as the technologies are, they're very non-invasive. They're efficient, and most importantly, they're efficient and accurate. They're really good at getting back information and images from within your body. Some advantages of nuclear technology are that they create new treatments and new ways to not diagnose illnesses and disease. Um, on top of that, like I said in the previous slide, they're detailed and accurate, and they create more careers. The more technology there is, the more you need training, and the more people you'll have to work those machines. Some of the disadvantages are that they can accumulate a high cost, right? You have to buy the machine, you have to maintain this machine, you have to operate the machine, and you have to train people to operate the machine. And all of this can gain in cost. Also, there are health risks behind using nuclear medicine. Any prolonged exposure to radioactive materials is not good for you, and that is obviously what this is doing. Now, it is really advanced and it is really good to be used within the medical profession, but obviously there are always going to be health risks with using radioactive material. And lastly, it's not foolproof. It is not 100% always going to work. Just like most medical treatments or medical diagnostic tools, it isn't 100% going to work, and no medical professional is going to tell you that. So, in conclusion, the nuclear technology in the future, most likely what will happen is we'll have specialization of nuclear technology, where you'll have certain radioactive isotopes or certain radiopharmaceuticals used for specific treatments or specific illnesses. Using the molecular imaging and using your genetics, they'll be able to determine what radioisotope is best for you or what um, nuclear technology is best to use to diagnose you to find out what's wrong. And with that, you'll have an increase in training to use those machines and to implement those ideas. And then also you'll have an increase in careers within the medical field and within the IT slash health informatics.